That wasn't a good clap. Ready, wait. Edith Finch. What remains of Edith Finch? I said it wrong. God! I only noticed the other day that that's how I start a bunch of my streams. A bit loud. I only noticed the other day that's how I start a bunch of my streams, is clapping and saying the name. So I'm gonna try to do that every time now. It's like an intro! Wow. Like all my favorite YouTube people used to do. Okay, little infinity symbol. Good to know. Good to know. I don't know much about this game. I've heard about some of the lore aspects. I've seen zero gameplay. Pretty sure it's about this person going back to their heritage home and learning stories about the people who used to live there and how they died. Yes, okay. So that's what I know. Oh, okay. First person. Okay, cool. Got my little backpack. Oh, Edith Finch. My journal. I'm bringing lilies, and I've got a cast in my hand.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning with the
Let me know if
house.
you guys can hear well. Okay. Yeah, so I've downloaded this because someone told me that it had very cool storytelling, because it was being storytold through the book. And that was just a very cool medium that they enacted with a video game. Missing.
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Okay. Milton Fitch, if you have any information, call the Orcas Island Police Department. Okay, so we in Vancouver.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Okay. Orcas Island. So we're on the east coast, west coast. 2003. Missing in 2003. Born in 1992, so he was 11. Mixed. Indian white. I think they probably mean Native American by Indian. It also looks like it might say Italian, but I don't think that counts as mixed, so. Alright. Can I go back? Immediately leave? Immediately choose not to do the adventure? Pretty flowers. Those are bellflowers? Something like that? I mean, that's a cool fucking house.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Oh, interesting. Okay, it looks like the house from A Series of Unfortunate Events, Book 3. It's the house on the cliff. Oh, it has a little miniature replica of it. The mailbox. It's adorable. Oh, I don't have a cast on my... No, do I still have my cast on?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
I guess someone didn't do that. Can I take them? No, okay. Orcas Island Gazette. I mean, that plant is still thriving.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Okay, so we've got Martin and we've got Lewis. Should I be taking notes? Is this a note-taking game? I'm not opposed to note-taking games, but I just like to know from the beginning so that I can take the notes. I'm gonna hop over it. Or open it, I suppose. No trespassing. Detected by video surveillance. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Can I see any cameras? Nope. I can't see them. They can't see me. A lovely little creek.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Oh, okay. I mean, it looks like a house key. Not a note-taking game. Good.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Or she just died before she remembered to write it down. Or it was in there by accident. You know, did it say in the will that she bequeathed the key to you? Can I go down here? Is that gonna take me... closer to where I want to go or away from where I want to go? I think this road leads away, and I don't want to advance yet. Maybe not. Okay, no. We're going down. We're going down the secret trail. Is there a run? That's a zoom. Okay. That's a second zoom function. Interesting. Those little crickets. It's a beautiful wood. Okay. Trying to suss out where I'm allowed to walk. She was the only one left in her family. Yes, it was for her. Okay. There's the waterfall. She was here for Lewis's funeral. She didn't tell us when that was, though.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
That's fun. I love it when stories anthropomorphize houses. It's a really minute thing, but it makes me feel so cool. Cause I do believe to a certain extent, like, yeah, like your house has a personality, and we as humans, we naturally anthropomorphize it. It's like the house settling, the house is upset. There's another missing poster from Milton. Music change. I'm going towards the house, I think. I should have stayed back up on the road. I went to see where that went. Or I think it just goes parallel to this.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
I want to hear the other noise again. We'll go back? Go back to the... Okay, well, I can hear the frog. That's not silent. He's chirping away. Like the multitude of paths. Pretty. These are rotted. I'm gonna assume that they cut those down for a reason. They look like they're rotted. And they cut a bunch of the limbs off these trees. Because the power lines are there, that makes sense. But I think just to keep them growing up. Oh. Oh. Dude, I fucking love frogs. Anything in here? Can't have the truck? No. Is that a dragon? In the river? That's cute.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Very good music.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband.
Oh, shit.
I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
Did he die when he was making it? Like, have a heart attack the day that she was making it for, like, excessive exercise or something? Oh, he's got a tail, too. Was it is that a slide? Did they have a slide and they swim in this pond? That'd be fun. I'm not getting the uncomfortable silence she's talking about. I can hear the rustling, I can hear the frogs. It's just how the woods sounds. Some birdies. It's nice. Go up to the front door.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Ooh. Like, it was haunting, or you felt like you'd never have any privacy, and someone was always watching you? Can't answer my questions. That's alright. I'm asking questions to a room. The thing is that if I ask the questions now, and they turn out to be important later, I can say, ha! I knew it! And that's the whole reason why I say things. That is why I predict things so that I could possibly be right. It's the best part. Alright, more missing Milton flyers. So, it must have been abandoned pretty soon after Milton went missing. So, like 2003? So, you were 11 in 2003? No, because she's younger than Milton. She just said that Milton was... Ooh, look at my little tummy! She said Milton was her older brother or younger brother? Because he was 11. We were 11 last time we were here. He's her older brother. Okay. So why are all the flyers still out? She lived here till she was 11, and he went missing at 11. He's older than her. Alright.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Okay, yeah. Spooky. It does look a little spooky. I can understand that. Especially if you fear of heights as a child. This would be not so great a house to live in. She was 4 when he went missing. Dang, okay, so they kept looking for a very long time, which is fair. I mean, I suppose anyone's kid goes missing, you're gonna look until you can't look anymore.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Oh, garage door? Ramp? Okay, someone wheelchair bound? Doesn't look very... I don't think so, because there's no... I mean, I guess you can get up here, but you need a lot of help to get up this driveway in a wheelchair. Right, chimes. Swing. Fence. Oh, turned the wrong way. Okay, doggy door. This one? Oh! Oh, I'm just gonna enter it. I didn't want to...
The doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
So it's a 12. No, she said she left at 11. I mean, we could have tried the lock. We still did have a key that has a lock. Oh, wait, no, it has one of those old-timey locks. Right? Bike. Car. Pretty much same difference. Freezer. Kiddie pool, more bikes. How many of them were living here? Fishing supplies.
For the first time in years.
2010. So the house was abandoned January 2010. If she was, I'm doing math. She was 4 in 2003. No, so it can't have been abandoned. No, yes, okay, so it was abandoned in January 2010, and she would have been the last person to leave. So when she left, the house got abandoned. She left.
I felt like I was home.
House was abandoned, or someone stopped flipping the calendar. I feel like you're home now. Good. You still scared of the house? I like the clutter. This is really cute. Quite a bit of books. Holiday feast. Oh, okay. We've got a chef in
but
here.
Instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Oh. Dawn, Edith, Edie, and Lewis. In loving memory of Lewis Finch. Died in 2010. So they left the house when Lewis died. Yeah, she said that the last time she was here was for Lewis's funeral. Son of Dawn, great-grandson to Edie. So we're the daughter of Dawn. And he's the oldest brother. So Lewis, then Milton, then us. Finch Family Cemetery. We have our own family cemetery? That's freaking kind of cool. All of my family, all one side of my family is buried in the same cemetery. So I go there and I can find, I
Like
can
how
chart
after
my family
Lewis
tree back
started working at
at
the
least
cannery,
200
we all
years.
got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
I mean, I get it. I get not wanting canned salmon, but you can make a lot of stuff with salmon. I don't know if I would get sick of eating salmon. It includes the pets. What does? Oh, this family cemetery? Oh my god, is this a cemetery? Yeah. Well, because my family lived in the same place for... It's truly... My family had lived in one part of Canada for centuries. My mother's family lived there for 200 years. We have dates of her Scottish ancestors coming to Nova Scotia. And then my father's family arrived, we think, about 500 years ago. And they stayed in the same spot for that long. Alright, apple pie recipe. Wonder if that'd be any good. Binging at Babish. Has he done this one yet? Binging with Babish? He does a lot of gaming stuff, doesn't he? A lot of gaming cooking. A ton of okay, so why would he get this much salmon? Why would they just give him free salmon from the cannery? Why would they give him more than he wanted? Always go to the left. Okay, this is a cute little room.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Okay, so Edie was wheelchair bound. So she must have needed a lot of
It was
help.
like a
being too
bomb
front.
had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
It's nice furniture. You can resell it. Okay, so the garage was a later addition to the house because you got a window there. Edie, not only wheelchair, likely cancer, I think. Probably smoking too much. What happened to her that her wheelchair got left here? Oh my god, it's like that John Mulaney bit. See a wheelchair knocked over in an alleyway? Something happened there. You hope it was a miracle. But
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
okay. They tried to put her in a nursing home the night of Lewis's funeral.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Oh. Oh, that's a terrible image. A smile with too many teeth? Beautiful, decadent.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Your house sank, presumably into that lake. And then you decided, we're gonna keep... Oh, is that the ocean? It's got waves. We're gonna still build our house here. It's a big decision. Okay, this is an adorable living room. Alright, you hear the wind in there. Dreamer's Tales, The Weirds, Pacific Pantry, The Book of Sand, Labyrinths, Gravity's Rainbow, Swedish Folk Tales, East of the Sun and West of the Moon. Okay. Oh, bugs. My grandmother's house has taxidermy in it. It's gross and weird and I don't like it. But she has the head of a moose, 2 heads of deers, a lynx, a coyote, and a bear in the basement. All stuffed, all taxidermied, all terrifying. I'm glad I did not grow up there as a child. Barbara.
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
That's beautiful. Barbara Finch. Oh, she was an actress? Okay. Barbara Finch, the actress. They played the cello and the violin slash viola. I can't tell the difference very well. One of them's smaller than the other, but I don't know how. This is a sealed off room. That's fortified. Why don't you just take the door off and make it a wall at that point?
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Yeah, it looks like most of it did.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be hard to stop. Nope, can't make sure that I can leave. My intrinsic... November 2010. Okay, so they just stopped caring about flipping the calendars at certain points. Makes sense. Edie, Dawn, Milton, Lewis, and Edith. So Milton's is gone because he died before he would have gotten any mail. Lewis is still there. So we're... Are we Edith? Edie is the great-grandma. Yeah, so we must be Edith. So what remains of us? Morose. We'll go to the basement first, I guess. Or see if the key works down there. Actually, I got this? Yeah, okay. We're Edith. Alright.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Oh, okay. Can't see what that is. Alright, upstairs we go. I wish I can... Like, can we just get a car... We're the owners of this house now. Can't we get a crowbar and sort of break into some of this stuff?
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Shit! Where did you live then? You were still here when Milton disappeared. Also, why would you seal up the bedrooms? Oh, someone fell off this. Someone's fallen through that. Did he go? Was he in his? He was in his bedroom and then went missing? Terrifying. Oh, it's like Amanda the Adventurer. That I've been seeing that clip of the girl is like, mint chocolate ice cream is your favorite. Lauren, where'd you go? Molly. Who's Molly?
Molly
She's
always
10.
seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
It's a cute bedroom. What bugs? Who is the bug person?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Okay, so she didn't seal off all the bedrooms. She sealed off all the ones of the dead people?
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Oh. This was just an exception. Oh, trains! We like trains. Yes, we do. We like trains. Hoo hoo hoo. Trains and sharks. Dude! I understand why would you play in here. Oh, is that the sunk house? The original house? Fucking dope. Uncle Walter, you got my respect. I can't name the type of shark that is, and I'm kind of sad.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Oh!
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Dang!
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay, but it just leads to the outside. Oh. Nope, it leads into a room that didn't load.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Okay. So Milton was
Reading
here.
this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Sounds like I had a plan. So was Milton... Did Milton, like, die in the walls? And that's why we never found him? Is this
But
Molly's
I had
room
no
again?
idea what was behind that door.
Yes, Molly's room. Hi.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Okay. Molly's room. Exit in her closet. Okay. Narnia
I
closet.
grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
You ever see the hamster?
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Adorable. I suppose animal care wasn't the best in the 40s.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Yeah, like that one's really cool. Look at that painting. Can't tell what that is. Molly. It's got a jellyfish. Orca's Island calves. Ant farm. Bamboo. Ooh.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here
Okay.
before my mom sealed the doors.
Yeah, a little shrine of her. That's a sweet painting. You have a family of painters? Daddy. There's the dragon. Okay, so he's the guy that got killed by the dragon. There's Molly in the castle under the sea. Molly's diary. Why'd you have a flashlight?
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Can I leave? What's the bathroom? Okay, toothpaste. Oh, I'm so tiny. I ate. Don't eat those berries. Those are so poisonous, ma'am.
I kept eating and eating.
Probably in the 40s, everything's poisonous. She's gonna eat everything, isn't she? Good. Oh. I don't want to eat the fish. Molly. Edie and Sven? Is that the grandfather's... the father's name? Is that Daddy? Daddy? Oops, sorry. Eat
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
I feel like we gotta eat everything. Oh, Halloween candy?
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
What accent is that? Danish? That makes sense. Sven? Edie is also kind of a Scandinavian.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
I wanna click on this stuff first.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Because mistletoe is poisonous. I know that. She's gonna die anyways, so.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Damn. Fucking hungry a kid must be to contemplate eating their fish.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Oh, fucking chains on our windows? I suppose you kind of don't want your kid to get out your
suddenly-
window, but still. Oh, fuck!
I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Because birds
Now
definitely
I
don't.
was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up,
Oh shit.
and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Gonna eat some mice.
Rabbits.
Oh, I had to try to catch them. Ooh.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Like a person? Like I'm gonna follow the road and find a person and you're gonna eat him?
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh. Wiggle! Wiggle! Where? And off I go.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
It has
I
its
wanted
own.
fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Some horror is so overdone. I think the horror of just having an uncontrollable need to eat everything that you see is understated. Where'd the seal go? It is horrific. Because I assume she's going, or like she's hallucinating because she's starved. My original thought was maybe she has pica, or you just eat different things, like a bunch of things that aren't food. But no, it's more like she was being fucking starved by her mom. Probably had to do with.
Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water.
Oh shit!
When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Bird's back. Am I still? What am I? Oh fuck! I'm a tentacle. I'm on a boat. Oh. I could jump.
Now I was a monster, and
Oh.
I smelled people everywhere.
We follow the bird.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
The drunken sailor early in the morning. Put him in the longboat up to sea. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Better not be feces. Or a toilet.
I got closer and closer.
We're gonna need our parents? Okay, this is our bedroom. Something underneath our bed? All my stomach.
All my stomach started growling.
Okay, so that was her like catching
And
monster
suddenly,
kit.
I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't
unsettling. So unsettling. Any comments on that, Edith?
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
So, Ingeborg. Is that where we're from? We're from Scandinavia. So, we have Molly. Sven. Okay, so Sven married Edie. Odin married Ingeborg. My God, Edie lived a long time. Right? And they were siblings, I guess? No, that's a 40-year age difference. Alright, they give birth to Walter. Okay, Ogden and Ingeborg have Walter. Edie and Sven have Sam, Calvin, Barbara, and Molly. Then Kay. Someone remarries Kay. And they have Gregory, Gus, Dawn. Dawn marries Sanjay, and they have Lewis, Milton, Edith. Okay. It's gonna take me a bit more time to look at. So Sanjay, our dad's still alive. Okay, so it did mean Indian. Okay, so it's because Sanjay's an Indian name. Okay, so it didn't mean Native American like I thought. Okay, so we're Indian white. Dawn's our mom. She died, so it takes place in 2016 now. Because that's when she died. Alright, okay. If Barbara only lived to 16, did she get married at 16? He built it for Barbara. No, oh, Barbara's his child. So Sven built it for Barbara because he loved her because she was his little girl? Ingeborg is a really fun name for me to say. Depth chart. Oh, is there a cat? There better not be a fucking cat. You're not gonna climb on the trees? Alright.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Oh. So Molly would have been our mom's aunt. No, sister. Yes, our aunt. Right, whose room is this? This is the
I
grandparents'
spent
room.
a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Oh, she have birds? She a bird lady? Liked yarn. Oh, that's actually kind of sweet. They all had their own cages, and when they died, she put a little plaque in them and a little picture. What's Radlin? Oh, she's the cages. Alright, I don't like that Radlin. Okay, she was the painter. And she was making another one. So who's this?
Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Okay, so it's the same as Molly's.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
You went through a pair of gloves a year? Those are not well-made gloves. Molly, Barbara, Calvin, Sam, Walter, Dawn, Gus, Gregory, Lewis, Milton, Edith. Odin, Finch.
Her
Join
room is
in
like
great
a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune.
Norway, okay.
And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse his wife Ingeborg, and their newborn son, Johann.
Johann wasn't on the family tree, was it?
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave
He
the curse
brought the
behind.
house with him? Jesus Christ. Houses weren't made like that back then. That would have been such an effort. They weren't made to be picked up and moved, were they?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Okay.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
They built a statue of that? That's so tragic. Jesus Christ. They built a statue of him standing on the house and his daughter screaming at him to like fucking stop.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so Odin Ingeborg had Edie. Edie and Sven had Walter, Sam, Calvin, Barbara, and Molly. Kay and who had who? Edie's great grandma. So mom, grandma, great grandma. So one of these guys had to. Did Walter get married to Kay? That makes sense. He's the oldest. Walter Kay had Gregory, Gus, and Dawn. And then Dawn and Sandra had Lewis, Milton, Edith. Don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I watched them.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Odin Ingeborg. Okay. The Joining the Great Majority. What the heck is that book about? Nobel Prize for Literature. He won the Nobel Prize? Christ. Alright. Okay, so there's... Okay, she was in the middle of making the Lewis Memorial. Okay, 2 exits to the room. Her pills. Perfume. Ooh, fancy lady. Oxygen canister. These tapes. My friend Bigfoot. Edith interview. Random junk. Edith Lake Trick. Same photo where Conspiracy Now. Same metal ceremony. Home movies. Weird America. The Finches. Were they on TV?
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Was it someone who lived in the house? What a friendly day out at Druid World. Moment beneath the Finch house. Dang. Okay. What do those ones say? I wish I could crouch. Sam and Kay's wedding. Okay, so Kay and Sam got married. Let me see this again. Kay and Sam got married. Okay, those two. Dawn poetry recital. And another Edith interview. Same Edith interview? 2 copies of this Edith interview. Oh.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Ah. Because Grandma's Edie is...
When
Edith.
Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Yeah, I suppose. It is more fun to say this. Built 1937. Sven Finch. Yeah, the year Molly was born. Edie won't go.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
And there was a lot of additions on the house that came after that, because look. That's only like 2 stories there. It doesn't have all the top. She was 72. She died at. I'm sure I could calculate what year that was, but I'm not going to. Okay, this is in Vancouver. I've made up my mind. Sorry, British Columbia. I suppose it's not gonna be in Vancouver, but this is in British Columbia. Taxidermy. Tragedy strikes Finch family. Dragon kills Finch. They're the little dwarves. Little gnomes.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Okay. Oh, shag carpet in your bathroom? And you use a wheelchair? How fucking brave of you. That's why that's there. She has to get up. Wheelchair. Walker.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so his first wife was Kay. He must not have had children with his second wife because they're not part of the tree.
It was a pretty big trace.
The choice. Okay, that's. I suppose making accessibility. That's. Your grandma was drinking in the bathroom? Orange. Yeah, it's some sort of mimosa. I had a mimosa today. So nice. More meds. I'm not gonna be able to read what any of those say. Okay, and a lot of children's toys and perfumes. Mount Rainier National Park, United States Travel Bureau. Alright, well, we're in Canada, so. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edie Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
That's the basement. Yeah? Or I'm just seeing unfinished walls. Oh, this is a photo room? A dark room? Yeah, it's a
Sam
dark room.
gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Imagine refurbishing a camera. My god, that must be delicate work. Okay. Calvin Finch. That would have been Sam's brother. Tree, the swing, deer. Murder probe clues exhausted. One of us was murdered. Couple turns landed to Native Haven. Early work on rail link. Cool. I like trains. A lot. I got hose. Milton. Swings. Different area codes. Okay, so Milton's been here. Damn, Milton knew all the spots. That's whiskey. Milton, were you fucking drunk at 11? Hey, this is the same newspaper. Damn. Okay, and this is Calvin and Sam's room. And they boarded his off when he died. That bookshelf is built into the wall. There's something back there. Command center. He was a spacesuit. I was talking about space today. I have a friend who's a aerospace engineer, or in school to become an aerospace engineer, and we talk about space a lot. It's so nice. Alright. I do love the log cabin look. Capture secret life of war photographers. Oh, okay, so he wanted to go to war. United States Marine Corps certificate of acceptance. Alright, join the Marine Corps. These are those photo things or is those military codes? Hotel, Odom Finch National Park. Dang, Odom got his own park? That's good. That's good. I suppose he give enough money. Samuel Finch. Enlist! Join and fight. So how old would he have been for world... Like, what war is this that he was into? Vietnam? Vietnam... Yeah. No, he would have been too young for Korea, I think. So that'd be Vietnam War. Alright. Oh, that's the deer. It's up there? Those deer horns? They don't really look like it. There's fucking something behind that bookcase.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Oh, this is adorable. Are we journaling type of
How
family?
I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
There we go.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Suppose we say that enough.
At Barbara's funeral, we
That's true.
swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to
How
fly.
did Barbara die?
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
That's Edie.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Are we gonna jump off?
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt.
Damn.
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my
Kid.
brother.
This is a lot. Oh, dude, you fucking went around.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah. I've always liked the idea of going around, but I was too much of a scaredy cat. Like, I would get too high up in the swings, and I'd be like, oh, time to slow down. I don't think that's the story, though. It's just not... 11. Why is everyone 11? Milton was 11. Calvin was 11. Molly was 10, but maybe 11 depending on what month she was born. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Molly was 10. They're all dying as these kids. Gregory only lived a year. Shit. Alright. Oh, and Ogden died the year Molly was born. Okay, yeah, 'cause they came over in the ship. Picture Calvin.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Yeah, looks like he would have. This is a secret passageway. Ha 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 ha. I'll never stop talking about it. When I was 16, we moved into our house, which did have a secret passageway. A secret room. Wasn't quite as much a secret passageway. But it had a bookshelf that opened into a smaller room. In my room, nonetheless. Okay.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Smaller hands and bellies that sit and drink. That's a Zinfandels. That's the same Zinfandel was in the bathroom. You got a family of drunks here, man. I don't want to get out yet. Milton. What's Barbara's room?
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Your big friend Bigfoot. Now showing. Are those... Barbara Finch. She had her own doll? My god. That's pretty cool. I can't read that. Washington something. Barbara. Swan Lake. That's kind of, that's so cool. It's in the little toy chest. Barbara.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
She lived to 16. Hollywood Workout. Alice in Wonderland. Hollywood Workout. More Alice in Wonderland. They kind of repeat. I mean, I can't ask them to make the same one. It's to make thousands of different book titles. Roller skates. Mini records. Seattle Starlets. Favorite. That one. That would have been Phantom of the Opera, I think. Skyden High Five. Phantom of the Opera wouldn't have existed yet. Take that back. She died in the 60s, yeah. Happy birthday, Barbara. She died on her birthday? Fuck. Man. You're not supposed to die on your birthday. Popcorn. Barb Street. I had one of those signs as a kid. Cat Clock. The End of the Musical. Rated jobs increase. Giant. Firehouse Fire. Something something. Pretty cool if she's interested in the news. Good on her. I don't think I was at 16. Dreadful Stories. Guest starring Barbara Finch.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream.
Scream Queen.
Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
You're
It
in her
was
bedroom.
Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was canceled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right!
You gonna go down there?
I loved your delivery on that. Why is the basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Important for us to know.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
He put the key back? That's very considerate of him.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh shit, okay. It's a good beat.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
And blood. Fuck, alright. Okay, wood carvings.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Okay, so that's from Dad's accident. Punch your bag. Why are all the lights
The fridge rattled and grew still.
in the basement broken? I think the way our dad likes to tinker. Oh dear! Oh dear!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out.
Yeah.
Kept a little something to remember him by.
The crutch?
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
I like the Halloween decorations. Ah, dang! Oh, I thought maybe I could trick them into letting me into that room now it's not sealed off. Okay, it wasn't sealed off at the time of Barbara's death. Oh. Bye-bye, roller skate. Worked at a roller skate shop? No, sorry. That's not what they're called. It's a specific type of diner. It's something hop, I think. Okay, I can't go that way. This is Walter's room. Walter Finch. Walter, are you there? No, he's not. His bed's a train. How fucking cute is that? Alright, it won't let me look away from this guy.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
Bobo doll! Right.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
So she didn't know there was a secret passage to her room? Oh, it's Molly's room.
Molly
Sorry, I got the passages confused.
opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving,
There's the broken.
but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Well, to which go, buddy boy. We do love a final girl. The Norse myths. Swedish folktales. He's gone!
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Alright, back to the door. This is beautiful style.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming
Trick-or-treaters.
from inside the house.
Oh.
Oh dear.
No scream! I fucking love it!
The monsters had come to surprise her.
That's home invasion.
It was a dream come true.
Although probably her boyfriend let her in,
And
let
she
them in. To
saw
be fair.
what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous.
Ah,
With her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
big scream.
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara
Was delicious. Oh.
magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oh.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
So we don't know she's dead. We don't know that she's dead, just that she disappeared. And so did her
Edie told
boyfriend.
me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Edie killed her. I wouldn't be surprised if Edie killed all 3 kids that we've seen so far. Fucking pushed Calvin off a cliff, starved Molly to death, fucking caused that one. And killed Barbara to keep her stardom. When she realized that she wasn't gonna fucking be anything anymore. Molly didn't do what she wanted. Barbara was done being famous. And Calvin, I guess the only problem I can think of for Calvin is that he didn't want to be a military man. Although space is a pretty good aspiration. He didn't listen, to be fair. So it could be another thing of, oh, he was disobedient. Fucking kill him. I mean, you have 5 kids. You can get rid of a couple. Alright. I got Sam, Walter, Gregory, Gus, Lewis, Milton, and Doc. Oh. Little burp. I'm still fucking thinking about Barbara. I don't think she's dead. Because the ear is a very strange thing. Ear is a very strange thing. Because if the likely case in all murder cases, if a woman goes missing, it's always the boyfriend. Always the boyfriend, always the husband, always the jilted ex-lover. But I don't see what the boyfriend could have done, I forget his name, that would have resulted in her losing an ear and him not going back for it to, like, clean it up. And because it'd be a lot easier to make it look like they ran off together. So it makes it look more like someone else killed her and then likely killed the boyfriend as well. And framed them. Van Gogh. Oh, Barbara could have killed herself. Yeah, Barbara. I wouldn't be surprised if that was it. Honestly, new theory. Edith Finch theory. Barbara is alive. She cut off her own ear to get the fuck away from her mom. Because what a bitch she was. She ran off with her boyfriend. Her mom didn't approve of the boyfriend. And she was emo. You cut off her ear. Because he fucking loved her. At the very least. He said he was her biggest fan. I suppose it's a little bit more romantic when you're not a child star, but still. Penelope's Diner. Alright. Oh, it's a sealed bedroom, right?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oh, because an ear was found in it. My brain was like, because there's a key? No, because there's an ear in it.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Oh, interesting. So, whose rooms are these? Okay, that's Calvin, Sam's. This is Gregory. I haven't seen Gregory's yet.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Wait, so why is Gregory's room the bathroom? Why is he memorialized in the bathroom? Kay did that. Because of the key tissue. Yeah, that's fair. Sven and Edie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
So, wait.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
But Edith was the one... Okay, so Dawn was the one who sealed up doors. When did Dawn die? 2016. So they said that Dawn sealed up all the doors, but Edie was the one who put the peoples in. So, at the very least... I mean, this door couldn't have been sealed while Edie was still alive, because she lived in there. And then that means that Dawn must have ended up putting the peoples in the remaining rooms that she sealed off once Edie died. This one actually isn't sealed off. Well, I suppose it is sealed off because it's got those giant locks. But so Dawn did put the people in that one. She must have... Or Edie did it herself and then killed herself. I don't know how Edie died yet, so... this isn't as far as it goes. There's more stairs. Yep, Barbara. Ooh, hi.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Yes, correct. Aware of that. Yeah, let's follow where this, power cord goes.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, fair. Sure we can find a way up, though.
I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
Well, yeah, dude, but I'm looking around other stuff first. It does do a good job of making it linear, even though you're exploring a base house. It does a good job of making you do it in a specific order. Nice. It is a beautiful house. Alright, let's see how accurate the comic got the basement. Because it was astonishing that it was... Okay, so it's accurate. So so the comic must have been done by someone who knew the family, or somehow had been in the family's home. Because how would it be this accurate? If not. Plus, they knew how the key worked. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if Edith told them, because Edith had gone to the papers before about a mole man living in the house. I think Edith killed them all for attention. Edith killed them all for attention. Barbara was giving her attention, and then Barbara stopped being good, so she killed Barbara. Actually, no. Wait. Timeline. Ha 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 ha. Killed Molly for attention. Killed Calvin for attention. Barbara knew that she was next. Chopped off her ear, got the heck out. And Sam and Walter died anyways. Did I believe that? Edie's the fucking murderer. Edie killed all of them. And it's only because our name is Edith. And we remind her of herself that she didn't kill us. And she died. She was fucking 97. Very fun. Pool tables were so fun as a kid. Me and my sister, we didn't know how to use pool cues. So what we would do is we would just roll the balls. But we would leave our hands on the table. So it would fucking slam into your hands. And it hurt like a bitch. But, you know, we were unsupervised, so. Sven. Oh, they cleaned off the table saw at least.
Mom said the basement was off limits. Unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Fair. Yeah, you were 11. There's power tools down here. Oh, and that's him cutting the wood for, the murals. For the portraits. Got a lot of portraits. There's the dragon specs. Snugular.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Nothing in that corner.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It turned
Fuck.
out she was hiding a lot more than that.
A bunker? Got a fucking cave down
I
here?
remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Came and lived down here? Walter. All train sets. I mean, it is kind of comfy cozy. So lived down here till 2005.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
12 a.m. or 12 p.m.?
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Yeah, because if Edie killed Barbara,
And
Walter
then one
would
day,
have seen it.
Everything just stopped.
Okay, no, if Barbara cut off her ear and left because she was so afraid of her mom, she would have told Walter to be afraid. No, she would have taken Walter with her. Would she have? I think I have to rescind my Barbara isn't dead argument. I would like to believe it, but it doesn't. It's not making enough sense. She would have tried to save Walter. I would think. So if Edie killed Barbara, then Walter would have seen it.
Whatever that thing was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years.
We had a
I'm
food?
done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Brazil, Russia, Thailand, India, France, China. Doesn't want to fucking. So if Edie carried packages to the basement, she was bringing refreshments to Walter. Sorry, replenishments. But I don't see him opening the door. If he saw Edie kill Barbara, I don't understand why he would open the door to get the stuff. Edie, was there a peephole? No, there wasn't. I don't think so. I think it was solid metal. So who was he hiding from? When did Sven die? We don't know when Sven died. Sven could have killed them all. I strongly believe there's a mass murderer here. I don't think it's accidents. Alright, let's leave. Yeah, go further down. That's always a good idea. Okay, it's where the extra books are kept. Some more rations.
I know it's out there somewhere.
The monster. You can
Whatever
go find
killed
it.
Barbara.
It's family curse. Yeah, well, I don't think that's real.
And Molly.
So, I don't think he saw Barbara being killed. Right? Because he was under his bed. Barbara got killed in the front hall because her ear is in the music box. I think he heard Barbara scream, knew that she died. I think Edie did it. Walter did not see Edie, and but enough of him put the pieces together. He didn't want to believe his mom did it. Enough of him put the pieces together that he needed to run and hide. And so he came down here and he ran and he hid. But there was enough cognitive dissonance of him being a child, he didn't want to leave his mom. Even though she might have killed his sister. So he ran and he hid. And now he's finally accepting that maybe mom killed her, and then he's gonna fucking leave for good. Rice? Alright. These storerooms go deep.
And Calvin.
Oh, that's his garbage pit. Gonna break down this wall.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Train tracks. So that was the Rumblies.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know
Stay to the side.
I'm ready for it.
Stay to the side
I'm
for
going
safety.
to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Fucking! I was trying to keep him off the train tracks. Okay, so I think that one truly could be an accidental death. Or a suicide. Actually, suicide
Walter
makes the
died
most
when I
sense.
was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
I don't know if she knew. I don't think she would have. Hi, baby. He was down there before she was born. He was there her entire life. I doubt Dawn knew. Hi, Michka. Hi, baby girl. Sorry, kitty in the hallway. Yes. I think he wanted to leave the house, he wanted to break the curse, and he wanted to die on his own terms. He didn't want his mother to kill him. And staying in that house and dying in that house. It's my little foster kitty. I have a little foster kitty. She's sitting in my bathroom right now. Hi, Michka. Hi, baby. She doesn't really seem to like being picked up. Otherwise, I would show her to camera. There's pictures of her in the Discord, though. Hi, baby girl. She's 16. She's old as shit. She's so cute. She's semi-shaved. Because she had a bunch of mats in her fur when the rescue got her. And I suppose she's going to sit in my room while I play games. She's old. She's old. I love her, though.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
So did he build that? Was that there when we originally came into the room? Oh, well, we did, yeah. Can we go down? There we go.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
I don't think she knew Walter existed.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Bye, kitty.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two,
Maybe two.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else.
Maybe two. Who's the other one?
But now
Who
I'm
does she think
worried
still alive?
the stories themselves might be the problem.
Death
Maybe we
tracks.
believed so much in a family curse we made it real.
Walton Memorial. Well, this isn't a good spot for a train. What's that over there? A destroyed... That's the old house? Why is there a blinking red light? That's the old house! The old house that fell into the ocean, and then that's a blinking red light so the chips don't fall into it, right? There's the rest of Work Island. Can I go another way? Yeah, okay.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Well.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Is she pregnant? Okay, so two. She's pregnant. She's only booked her baby.
And the history you're a part of.
She's 17, oh poor baby. Babies having babies. Makes me a little sad.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Yeah.
I think the people.
That's
in
why I can
these
see my
stories believe
tummy.
them, for what that's worth.
I was just thinking that we were a little bit chunky. But okay, no, it's our pregnant belly. Sorry, I'm trying to. There's two paths, and I don't like that. I don't like being given decisions and choices. I was just a little bit chunky. No judgment. No judgment on Edith. I see my tummy when I look down past my boobs. Oh, they're gonna lead to the same place, probably.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
This is the tree. They cut it down. That's the statue of Odin. I don't really think this is where he died. I think they would have put a memorial up like they did with Walter. There isn't one. I don't think this is where Calvin died. Let's go over to the statue. Let's get a move on, Edith.
We've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Yeah. Oh, it's the cemetery?
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery may be more uncomfortable than the human one.
Okay, so these are mostly... Okay, so... Is the gerbil here? Who's the gerbils? Shetsi, dog.
3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Derpy, burpy, chirpy, furpy, lurpy, zerpy. Who... Does Molly's gerbil here? Tucker, Coco, Zoe... Haley. Oh, frog. Someone had a frog. Oh, it's falling down now.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Pretty cool cemetery. So Molly got a cat. Wings. Calvin's got a spaceship. His thing. Her. A book. Hub knit flick. don't know if that's anything in Danish. Walter. Why does Walter just get a rock? Walter seems like a reader at the least. Barbara was a star. Died on Halloween. Born on Halloween, died on Halloween. Damn. Damn. Wait, anyone else die on important days? December, that makes sense. 'Cause the mistletoe.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
There's Molly. Edie and Sven.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
That's the house. Got a little look out here. Trying to see if there's anything else I can see. Not a very good. What are they called? Not microscopes. Telescope. It's not a very good telescope. It's a pretty cool monument. If
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
utterly terrible.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Here's the others.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
So we don't know how Gregory died or Gus died. Sam presumably died in Vietnam. Actually, they all might have. They died in the 80s. I would think Gus probably got conscripted too, because they had. It was mandatory conscript. Wait, no, was he old enough? No, he wouldn't have been old enough to die in Vietnam. No, he would have only been 13. Gregory Finch only died. Okay, so he would have died of natural causes, I would think. But Sam likely died in action. Cool little bench.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
That's her dad. Sanjay. Milton. Lewis.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
What's that? It's not a bell.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
Nah.
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, fucking fair, man. At least there's a second branch that you kind of hold yourself on. Vaguely doorway shaped, decided to smash my head into it. Oh, there's a ladder. America! Too bad this is in BC. Sorry, too bad this is in BC.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Ooh. Okay, give me back my book. Okay, Sam was Calvin's twin. So he had his childhood bedroom, and then this is his grown-up bedroom.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Do I have to shoot things? I don't want to shoot things. Sam, a ring. Is he engaged? He didn't have the generate. Greg isn't our mom's. Oh yeah, because Sam is our grandfather. Okay, so he didn't die in the war. Maybe he went like a second tour or something, but he went. No, because he looks older. Would have enlisted, served somewhere, came back, met Kay. Married her. We didn't say Kay's gravestone, did we? She might be alive. She's not really a Finch, though. Is that more liquor? Damn, this family had substance abuse issues. At least those are locked up properly. Good job. This feels advancement. I'm not going to do it yet. I was just kind of proud of myself for
Instead of
recognizing.
hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Oh, I thought that was a bird. I was going to be like, oh my god, is it Molly capturing that bird? Okay, there's war photographs. TV. His bed. Antlers airline ticket. K. Finch. Clear skies await you. Fun facts about Baltimore, you fly. Kay went to Baltimore. Kay left him. Yeah, okay, Kay left him. That was a pretty cool rocking chair. I'd fucking trip on this bare head all the time. Alright, pictures.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Wahaha!
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
This is a fun mechanic. I don't know what I meant to take pictures of.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Picture of him. Well, where is he? Aha. Who are ye?
Nothing quite like being
Oh, he's over
outside.
there.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Dude, that's so cute.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine.
He's gonna
Dad.
abandon her in the woods. He's
You
gonna
know
kill
who else
himself.
thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your
How's it
target.
the deer over there? Oh no. What are you looking at? What are we shooting?
Let me get behind you.
do I have to do this?
There it is.
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
She's gonna shoot when I
Now
click
keep
the camera,
yourself
right?
squared up, elbows down, like we practiced. Whenever you're ready.
Ready? And gunshot sound. Yeah!
Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still-
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
Takes a lot to kill a deer.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Interesting. 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 So then Kay packs up and leaves for Baltimore. Or maybe Kay had left him before that. Because they would have. She would have been old enough. She would have been at least 14 there, so they would have already had Gregory. Packed up and left for Baltimore. Alright. Back into the walls. Oh. Hi ho. Hi ho. Into the walls we go, 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 go. Hi ho. Hi ho, hi ho. There's the HVAC system.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh, this is Gregory's room. It's the baby. The baby got one of the biggest rooms. Dude, sorry. Dude, sorry. Trying to turn. Oops, I missed that up there. Fireman pole! Fuck yeah! Gregory, teamwork, respect, strength. Okay, so they're raising him to be a military man. Bit strange for a baby, but you know, people are weird. Oh, so Gregory, Dawn, and Gus.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
Ha! Gus has a mohawk. I'm so sorry. This is hospital documents. Divorce contract. Okay, can I get the year, please? 1977. So yeah, right after the birth. Sorry, give it back. Right after the death. Sorry, right after the death. Okay, Carlisle.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
I'm conducting an orchestra! I love this song as well. Tchaikovsky. Sleeping Beauty, I think? Or Nutcracker, but I mean, they use all the songs in Nutcracker.
Back time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
In the pink
I wonder
bathroom.
what he saw. You reminded me so much of Calvin.
The Great Little Ballet!
Lost in his imagination.
This is the not the overture, but the this is with an A. And I get the rest of the letters.
Whatever it was, he saw.
Time for the bath time ballet. There we go. Alright. Oh, hello.
Sure made him happy.
Flip back over. Flip back over. Get upright, baby. Come on. There you go. Whoop.
I know how silly it sounds.
Oh, yeah, bubbles.
But I worried about a baby being too happy. I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you can do
Sorry
it.
about that.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
Okay, so I was scared we were going to drown, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be it. Well, I don't want Gregory to hear this. Oh, I'm still going to drown. Okay.
I wish he could have told us
Fuck.
about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory.
We'll
about
fucking
everything.
man. Gregory.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy.
I love the little backstrokes.
And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
That was one of the best scenes. I loved that. Jesus Christ, I loved that. It's beautiful. Alright, Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
So whose wedding is this? Can't be Dawn and Sanjay. I don't think they're in the same age range.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I read.
Okay, so Sam remarried after Kay.
You may kiss the bride.
Okay, so saying you may now kiss the bride at the wrong part because they're not sitting down anymore. Oh, totem pole! Yeah, sorry, they're in British Columbia.
Come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power, but all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
That's a hardcore poem. Oh my
She never talked
gosh.
about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Some poems just hit. That was a good fucking poem. Anytime they do a variation on the rhyming scheme, it's just so impactful. Until we found him, Dude, okay, so I strongly do believe that one was an accident. Oh my god, he probably... Oh my god, that's so fucking tragic. Because he probably lived for a long time. Until they found him. Like, they probably found him the next day, and he would have bled out and died. Like, I doubt it he died on impact. That one was also a very pretty scene. These are all very, very, very beautiful. Anarchist. Bet he played Dungeons and Dragons. He died in 1982. I bet he played Dungeons and Dragons. They all shared a room. A house this big and they all shared a room. With sympathy. Deepest sympathy. With sympathy. Deepest sympathy. Fucking hell. Okay, and so this is where the punching bag got moved to. We're pregnant. We're not gonna beat on it. Right, because Gus is their... Sorry, Sam is their dad. They exist in a military time. Raise flag. Breakfast. Quiet time. Dawn, sleep trash. Mop, mow yard. Greg, be a baby. Be a baby. The Constitution for kids. Great American poetry. The Little Soldier. Hunker down. Jump rope. 100 jump ropes. 150 jump jacks. 100 push-ups. 100 crunches. Went to mailbox and back. Damn. Hardcore. Oh, climbing. Ready? You're pregnant. Let's go.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
She's overtly religious? India. She meets Sanjay in India? Did she go to India?
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Very cute. Fly to India. I can't read this. Orcas Island High School. Don't forget. Something's visa. I'll probably get your visa for the trip.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Yeah.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
We don't know how Lewis died yet. Oh, solar paneling. Good on us.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Edith.
And to see kids in the house again.
Milton. Lewis. Those are tomatoes. Sorry, I can identify them. Those are tomato plants. Fun fact. Also, hello McDonald's. I saw you in chat, and then I got immediately distracted by the beautiful storytelling. Dawn.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Were they homeschooled? Looks like we were. Yeah, okay. So this would have been when we moved in. We got homeschooled. So me, Lewis, Edith, Lewis. Can I close this door? Edith, Lewis, and Milton.
it didn't last.
Because her mom was a teacher, so she would have homeschooled us. Dawn Finch, teach and to learn 7 ways to create a fulfilling classroom. There's us and our dads. Incense, pencil holder. Relief efforts end disaster. Hundreds of relief volunteers are injured or dead after the effects of a second earthquake. Oh, that's how our dad died. Yeah, oh my god, it is. Alright, our dad died from an earthquake. That's terrible. Wait, what year is it? Did he die?
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday. When he
We don't know what's in here.
gave him a castle.
When did Sanjay die? Because I think one of the gravestones says 2002, and then that would have been in Haiti, the hurricane in Haiti. I don't know why that was important for me to flaunt that I knew that there was a huge hurricane in Haiti and that a lot of people got a lot died that year. Alright, Milton got built his castle. Okay, remind me who's who again? Milton's lost inside the walls. Yeah. That's advancement. Alright. I feel like we're gonna die here. Milton, no, they never let him put a day to death.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
We have a stripper pole. It looks like a fireman's pole, except like there's nowhere to go and nowhere to come down from, so. Not much point to locking off the doors like that. Well, I suppose it keeps Edie from getting in, because she wouldn't be able to do that. Oh, okay, there's a door. Mustache, ma'am. Oh, it's a pulley system. I thought it was a fireman's
Edie
pole.
was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Mm. Landscape artist. Can I pull myself up there? Gold paint. Oh, there it is. Alright, don't know how that works at all. Kudos for your upper body strength. 22 weeks pregnant. Extra American newspaper available. Milton. Magic paintbrush. He has a
Milton
flip
Finch
book?
in The Magic Paintbrush.
Dude, a fucking flip book? I fucking love flip books. True. Let's build the door. The handle. He disappeared. He made a book of his own disappearance. So he didn't die.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
I strongly believe he didn't die. I mean, he's probably dead now. I think he escaped. I think that's a better word for it.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Was suicide.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Phases to keep me from going around this exact direction. At least the power's still on.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Oh my god, he lived in a boat. Dude, that's fucking sick. What epic Sims build this would be. Houseboat, houseboat, houseboat.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Hookah! Baby, I just turned and looked. I didn't click a single thing. I'm sorry, you're pregnant. I should make you go up and downstairs. But I didn't mean to be fair. Exit legalized marijuana. High school diploma. I should frame my high school diploma. It's just fucking sitting.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Oh. Sounds worse now that he's dead. This is such a cool house. Substance abuse problems. Again, everyone in this fucking family has substance abuse problems. I need a game theory on that. Jesus Christ. The amount of drinking this family does, it's unhealthy. I'm sure most people can recognize that. Locker contents. It's to psychology. Oh, is he institutionalized? Did he die in an institution?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's
Substance
psychiatrist,
abuse.
I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
My mind isn't smart enough for this.
wander.
There we go. Oh, okay, okay, there we go, there we go.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Did I break it? Oh wait, did I? I broke the game. Game broke. I broke game. Let me in. Let me in. I think I broke it. I think, yeah, I've broken it. Oh gosh. What shall I do now? Fucking get my fish done. Yes, it should auto save. Gregory. Gregory. There's 9 of them. I only have 1. How dare I? That's beautiful. That's a beautiful little. Right. Back to the
Lewis's
cannery.
room smelled very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
familiar.
yeah. Got it.
That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
That's a dragon. That's
And
a dragon.
things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Delusions. Oh, 3D!
I worried about him then.
Becoming more elaborate.
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
It's biggering.
He told me he'd made a new friend.
Ah, doggy. Oh, it's an imaginary friend. Fuck.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
What a creative dude.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
Ah, fishies.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Minneapolis.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Dude, they're trying to get him to go home. They're still giving him fish. Bad managers.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
beautiful prince.
Beautiful prince.
Is the therapist made up? Oh my god. No, I think that's just choosing. Oh, but it's
the prince was on his own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of his
silver harp. I don't want an electric sitar.
Silver harp.
I want it to be acoustic. Hit all the notes, baby. Oh, missed one. Shit. Ah, that's probably an achievement.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
We're full screen now.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
This is grandiose schizophrenia. Delusions of grandeur.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him.
This is bigger than Mal
Louis was not
daydreaming.
the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
This is dissociation. This is much.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Okay, we're in the cannery now. We're alive. We're in the cannery. Alright, this is our locker. Real palace. Take out food. Weed. Our video games.
Began to forget the world we know.
Okay.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
Kitty cat! That's the cat from Sam's room. Molly! Yes, the cat from Sam's room, Molly!
His prince waited, holding his crown.
Is that a... Dude, that's a guillotine. Guillotine, sorry. I
There's
said it
only
wrong.
one thing left to do.
That's a guillotine! It's getting louder!
Bend down his head.
Fuck, alright. Yeah, we're the conqueror. They don't like us.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh, we're in Seattle. Or Washington. Makes sense.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Yeah. So that's, there's a theory in psychology, so schizophrenia is produced by, excessive amounts of dopamine, and it's thought that through epigenetics it can be triggered by drug use. So it's possible that by going after drugs, he changed the chemical balance of his brain and gave himself schizophrenia.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time
Yeah.
playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He
was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
That's fair.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
It's our room.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Yep, this was our little apartment. Edith and Mom.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Her books. Sanjay Kumar, vac specialist.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
We're small again. We're childlike? Oh, we're crawling for no good reason. But you know.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
The curse?
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, you could walk to the old house
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things.
The deer that killed Sam.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Dragon?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
replicated? The house is a replica of the...
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope...
Is this us being born?
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
A baby being born?
But I guess if you're reading this now...
You die in childbirth.
Things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Yeah, I was in Edie's in her husband's room. I was there after Molly's. It's the one attached to the pink bathroom, isn't it? Yeah. San Juan. Like definitely that part. It's okay. I didn't really explore it. There wasn't too much in there. Damn. I think Gregory's got me the most. I'm a sucker for classical music, and that was absolutely beautiful. All of them were. I deep respect. This is a beautiful game. I'm most intrigued by Milton. I'm sure everyone is. Because they never found his body. Same with Barbara, I suppose, but... Thanks, Johan. There's an achievement called Thanks, Johan. Wait, did you say there's an achievement designer? That's hilarious. Gaston Gregory. Husband died from the dragonfall. Yes. Yeah. When there's the medals of honor. The Purple Heart. You got the Purple Heart. Good job, Sam. Discussing Gregory. Barbara. Frog. Molly. That's Calvin's stuff. Seeing how much I retained, mostly. That's a slider, so that'd be Odin. Sorry, Sven? Sven, that's Sven. Walter. Calvin and Barbara. A. A? Sorry, Pretty Little Liars. This is pretty in the Pretty Little Liars canon. Edith with A. Edith was A. My God, the birds. Kind of shocks me that Edith had so many birds over her lifetime, because there are birds that live 70 years. So I kind of get a little suspicious of that. Though I don't know the specific guides she had. Trick or treat, it's on my feet. Loving memory of Lewis Finch. Dawn, Edith, Edie, and Lewis. Took them 5 years. The end. The play a story option is now available. Select these. Okay. Beautiful. I don't think there is. I was looking for the special features, but I don't think there is one in this game. I think that's it.